going on? Appreciate y'all watching the videos. What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate y'all watching the videos. Wait a minute. Make sure this thing working. What's going on? Haven't made a live feed at night in a while. It's been a good while. What's going on? But yeah, I just want to do a video. You know, I want to talk to y'all about something. You know, I'll wait for a couple more people to come in. Y'all let me know if this thing working or not. Tell me what you want. Tell me if it ain't good enough for you, babe. You too, what's going on? Is this thing working? Y'all give me a thumbs up. Let me know if this thing working. Huh, it's working, huh? Okay. There's only 5 people in here. Come on now, we gotta do better than that. 6 people. All right, I'll go ahead. Yeah, so I wanted to talk to y'all about something. It's late. What time is it? Let's see. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama right now, so it's 11:19 right now. Yeah, man, what's going on? I want to talk to y'all about something. You know, I'm sick and tired of this business. Me and this business got a love-hate relationship. You know, like I've just had it to hell with this business. You know, like I just had it with this business. Like, and it's just about every load is always something. It's always something. Every load is always something. You know? And it's really starting to piss me off, man. It's just, you know, you book the load. You got to deal with the broker, all right? You got to get into it with the broker about something. It just be detention or they gave you the wrong pickup number. You go to the shipper. You at least try to pick the load up, right? You try to pick the load up. You go in there. It'll be some girl or guy that got an attitude about you coming there to pick up a load, right? You come in there with the pickup number or whatever number that you need. Either they tell you late when you on time, or they don't have a load, or they tell you, a lot of y'all are drivers. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All the answers y'all done heard when y'all come and pick up a load to be some BS. You go and they finally give you a door. You done sat 2-3 hours for them to give you a door. right? Well, it ain't the brokers, because I dealt with the same thing when I was a company driver. So it's just trucking. It's just trucking, right? So when they finally give you a door, 2, 3, 4 hours later, you done sat out on the side of the road waiting for them to call you to give you a door. There's sometimes where if you don't go in there and check on them and say, hey, I'm just checking on y'all. Did y'all got me a door? They be like, oh man, we've been trying to call you for 2 hours. No, y'all haven't. I've been sitting here with my phone right here. It haven't run not one time. They ain't worried about no vacation. Vacation, you know, vacation don't solve nothing. Because you go on a vacation, you got to come back and deal with the shit. So, and you know, vacation is just an excuse to do dumb shit. So, I'm just giving y'all a video. I'm sharing with y'all my experiences. And so when you finally pick the load up, the shipper, they give you some BS about something going on. So they finally give you a door. You back in the door. You sit another 3, 4 hours in the door. Now, this don't happen all the time, but it happens. Right? So you go back in there. They can't find the paperwork. Or you done ran out of hours and they don't want you parking on their property. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? You got the DOT breathing down your throat, talking about ELD this, ELD that, safe driving this, safe driving that. You got to get your rest and all this bullshit, right? But then the shipper, they don't give a fuck. The shipper don't give a fuck. They just want you off their property. How are we supposed to do our goddamn job? I don't understand. How are we supposed to do our job when we not on the same team, man? Like the shippers, receivers, they treat us like trash. I don't understand. Right? So you get the load, you go through all that, right? Either you get your truck towed, you get a ticket for parking crazy, you running over your logs, you running illegal on your logs, you doing all this. You such a bad person, Mr. Truck Driver. You just so bad. You illegal. You're a criminal for trying to find somewhere to park because the shipper took 10 hours to load you and they won't let you park on their property. Finally, you get loaded. You get that behind you. You get a little bit of rest. You get 2, 3 hours of rest. You got to jump back up and run this load. You run the load. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. You run the load. You get to the customer. You get to the receiver. You got the paperwork. You go in there and they be like, you got some dude behind the glass on the shipping receiving dock and he copping the attitude. What are you doing here? You not supposed to be here. It's always some crazy story, right? You not on the list. You late. This load was supposed to be here last week. Or you too early. Or we can't unload you today. We can't unload you today. We didn't order that freight. What are you doing here? It's either be a woman behind the glass or be a guy. Y'all truck drivers, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't understand what the hell's going on with this business, man. What the hell going on with this goddamn business? I know YouTube gonna flag this video. Rodney, time for vacation. Mr. JR, I'm going to Intermodal with JB Hunt. A lot less stress. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. I was at JB Hunt. I left JB Hunt. I drove for JB Hunt for about 2 years. I left. I came back for JB Hunt, drove for another 4 or 5 years. It ain't no more stress. It ain't, it's just as much stress. Like, I drove intermodal, I did regional and local, and it's you deal with the same stuff. The only difference is if you go home at night, and it ain't all that, because like it's just in my eye. Either when I did intermodal, what happens is, right, you get paid by the load. So you'll go to the rail yard, pick up a load. Now, depending on the time of the day, I suggest you, if you do go on intermodal, you should run at night. Running at night is the best times to run. There are pros and cons to running at night. I don't want to get into that. But if you're going to run at intermodal, the best time to run is at night. That's when you make the most money. Guys who run at night make the most money at JB Hunt. That's a little giblet. You can make about $250 to $300 a night. And it's easy money though. The money is easy because you don't have to deal with traffic. But anyway, so you get on the rail yard, and it take you an hour to get into the rail yard, pick up your container, and get out of there and deliver your load. Okay, you got to deal with that about 3-4 times a day, man. About 3-4 times a day, you hitting them rail yards. There have been times when I got as many 8 loads in one day, right? But I'm not talking about intermodal. I'm just talking about trucking. So King Croc was told, I was once told that I'm 10 minutes early. Mr. JRH, mostly dropping hook that's running at night. I mean, you just gonna have to figure it out yourself. I mean, I did it for about 4 or 5 years, and it ain't all that. You're gonna get tired of it. You know, depending on what city you in. Like I ran in Atlanta. You're gonna get tired of running in traffic. I don't know what city you in, but you're gonna get tired of running in traffic. You're gonna get tired of chasing loads. You're gonna get tired of dealing with the managers. You're gonna get tired of dealing with the rail yards. You're gonna get tired of chassis, them raggedy ass chassis. You're gonna get tired of them raggedy ass containers. You're gonna get tired of on the local side, we do slip seating. So you got to share trucks. You're gonna get tired of sharing a truck with another driver. You're gonna get tired, you just gonna get tired of it. So I don't see how guys do it for 30 years. I just don't know. When I worked there, I worked next to guys who was at JB Hunt, and they did that shit for 20, 30 years. I don't know how they do it. I couldn't do it no more. I was just tired. The money ain't all that good, you know. $1,000 a week is all right, but it you know, 1,100-1,200 a week, you know. But anyway, so you get to the customer, right? You got your bills, you got your load, you happy, you about to get unloaded, move on to the next load. Yeah, the raggedy ass chassis, you're gonna get tired of them chassis tires busting on you. You're gonna get tired of it. Just about every chassis. JB Hunt has got some raggedy chassis. Now, JB Hunt, they've been stepping up their game. They've been redoing their chassis fleet. So they've been working on that. But when I was there, that was like they was just bringing in them new chassis, bringing in them new containers. But you still got to deal. It's still trucking. And what I'm talking about is trucking. And you can't get away from it. Either you local over the road, it don't matter. So you get your load, you come to a customer, you got your bills, and you go in there and they tell you, oh, you don't have an appointment for today. You don't supposed to be here. You late, you early, you this, you that, you this. It's like, I have bills of lading with your product on here. Y'all ordered this stuff. Y'all ordered this stuff. What the hell I look like wasting my fuel and bringing this stuff to y'all for nothing. I don't want to be here. I'm doing a job. And you go in here to these places, these people catch your attitude. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I mean, they catch your attitude. Something going on in their life that they just rude and nasty. It's just like, I don't understand. What's going on with this business? It's like, can't these companies get it together? Like, why can't y'all get it together, man? Why can't they just get it together? Like last week, I had a load going down to Walmart. Last week, I had a load going down to Walmart. It was in, was it Walmart? I don't know if it was Walmart. I had a load going down to a Walmart down in Florida. This Walmart, it's an industrial warehouse district, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all drive trucks, a lot of y'all. It's a warehouse district. It ain't nothing out there. Farmland for miles. Bunch of warehouses. You got a Walmart. You got a Publix distribution center out there. You got I think it's a BJ's out there. All that, right? Ain't nothing out there. Now where the Walmart is, it's on a private road. This Walmart has a private road. It dead ends, right? They don't want trucks parking on that street. I got a ticket. The police go banging on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. I got a 5 o'clock appointment. On the bills, it says 5 o'clock appointment. The address on the bill says I'm supposed to be here. The police officer bang on my door. Hey, driver, I need your driving license, registration, and all that. I was like, oh, hell, I'm getting the ticket. He gave me the ticket. He wrote me up. He's like, okay, go ahead and crank your truck and get on out of here. I was like, hold on, Mr. Officer. I got a 5 o'clock appointment. I'm supposed to be here. He was like, he was just giving me a hard time. Like, well, you can't be parking on the street. You got to get out of here. I was like, sir, can you let me park for another hour? See my bills? I had the windows down. I had my bills up to the window. I said, Mr. Officer, sir, I'm supposed to be here. I got an appointment. See the address? See the Walmart on the bills? I'm supposed to be here. He was copping the attitude. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I don't. It's just this business. Woo, this business. That's all I get. I get one like. That's all y'all gonna give me? Come on now. It's 23 people in here. Y'all gotta give me 23 likes. Come on now. King Croc says it's crazy how they complain when you check in early, and when you late, they go crazy. I know, man. It's crazy. Cody, park at door 99 and walk to door 1. I know, right? Like, they have all these crazy like instructions. Like, they want you to do this and do that, and like they want you to sit in the driver's lounge, right? They got a 2 o'clock appointment, 2 in the morning, 2 a.m., 2 in the morning, 2 o'clock an appointment, right? I'm thinking I'm gonna get to this customer, back into the dock, and go to bed. Nope, they don't want you in the truck. They don't want you in the truck. So what they do is they have you drop the trailer in the door, pull forward, unhook for the trailer, and they want you to sit in the driver's lounge for about 2-3 hours, 2 o'clock in the morning. Man, I want to go to my truck and go to bed, man. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been driving all day. What's wrong with this business? Like, what's going on with this business, man? Like these companies do not care about us. It just don't make no sense. Like I got paperwork that says I'm supposed to be here. I gotta give effect. I gotta get some paperwork. Let me get some paperwork for y'all. Here's an effect for y'all. I got some paperwork. These bills say, okay, I'm supposed to be here. 5 o'clock appointment. Oh no, driver, you late. This load supposed to be here last week. I just picked the load up yesterday. What are you talking about? They told me to be here at 5 o'clock. I'm here. It's 5 o'clock. No, driver, you got to get out of here. Like, you go to these places and these people be acting like you bother them, like you here to harass them or something. Like, I don't understand this business. Like, oh, I mean, not all places like that. Some places are friendly. A lot of places are friendly. They got truck parking for the guys. They got a lounge. They got a bathroom. They got facilities. You know, they recognize we are subject to the hours of service, and they're flexible. But a lot of these places, it just don't make no sense. Mr. JRH said Walmart the worst for live unloads. You must be a company driver, Mr. JRH. Now, I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just, your perspective on on work is different. So like live loads, I've done live loads, I've done dropping hooks. That type of work don't really, I would rather have live loads because it's less work. Yeah, I'm sitting, but I'm making the money to sit. I make more money off live loads. Even when I was a company driver, I made more money with live loads. You got to know how to work the live loads. So like with live loads, you get 2 hours detention. Now he want to rush me, right? So with live loads, you get detention after 2 hours. With some companies, depending on the company, all companies got their different rules on how they pay detention. But most companies, 2 hours. After 2 hours, you get detention. If you're a company driver, you're probably making like $15 an hour for detention, which is decent, you know, just to sit there, because you're getting the pay for the load, and you're getting $15 an hour. And if it passes a certain amount of time, you get layover as a company driver. So like for me as an owner operator, when I get a detention or layover, I'm getting $40, $50, $60, $70 an hour. Okay. So if I sit at a place for additional 3-4 hours, I don't care, because that's additional. If I'm getting $50 an hour, that's 50, 50, 50. That's another $150 in revenue, plus the $1,000 that I'm getting on a load. That'd turn that load into $1,100, $1,200 load. I don't care if it's a live load. Who gives a shit? So that dynamic is different when you doing contract work as an independent, and you doing when you are an employee getting paid by the hour, flat rate. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to clear that up on a different perspective, because it's kind of like, even as a company driver, I got paid by the mile, I got paid by the hour, and I got paid flat rate. So like flat rate, no matter where the load is going, you get a flat rate for the load. So, you know, if you pull in dump trucks or whatever, you get paid by the weight or whatever. So So yeah, like Walmart, I don't care if they take long. It's just the fact that when I go into these places, you get an attitude. You get this attitude. Like, you got a job. You should be grateful. You got a job. Like, take this paperwork and unload my truck so I can get out of here. Like, you know, Truck and Fish Show say, what up, bro? Rolling late. I-95 all fucked up tonight. Oh, yeah, I-95 still flooded. I told y'all. You got, like I said in my video, the Hurricane Florence, I told y'all. Yeah, that officer, he was a local sheriff or whatever. You know, that officer, you know, he was trying to tell me, it's like, I told the guys, like, man, I can't move, man. I was a service here. You know I can't move this truck. He was like, well, you can get on personal conveyance. I said, no, I can't. I'm under a load. I can't move the truck under a load. But given that he's a law enforcement, I can move the truck. I just have to note it on the logs saying that a police officer told me to move the truck. You know what I'm saying? Because he's law enforcement. There's an exception to the rule. So, but it's just funny, man. Like, why are you gonna wake me up out of my sleep? It didn't really solve nothing. It was just a cash situation. They just trying to get you for cash. Truck and Fisher saying, damn, how long you been waiting? No, I ain't been waiting long. I'm just making a video. I just made a video. I'm just making a video on, you know, just this business. You know, I'm just making a video just talking about this business. J-Rock say dedicated account. Memphis 10. Ain't nothing like pulling up to a place with 6 doors and you the only truck waiting to get loaded and they take 2 or 3 motherfucking hours to load you. I know, man, it's crazy. But see, the thing is, it's like when it takes 3-4 hours to get unloaded, I'm getting paid. You know, I'm getting attention. But it's just why? Like, why? It's just like you go up to a place, they got 10 docks. You the only truck there. Why does it take 3-4 hours for y'all to load me? The stuff is on pallets. It's already staged on the dock. You know, it can take you 10-15 minutes to throw this stuff on the trailer. Why does it take 3-4 hours? You don't make sense. Truckers, we need to come together so we can demand for changes. We've been talking, I mean, truck drivers been talking about this stuff since the beginning of trucking, so it ain't gonna really change. Since the 60s. Like, I know old guys that been in trucking since the 60s. We've been talking about the same stuff. Talking about the rates going up, we don't get paid enough, all the BS in trucking. It's the same stuff. You know, you talk to some of these old truck drivers, you talk about the same stuff. 4-4, you need a dedicated account, drop a hook. No, I don't. I don't need no dedicated account. Because then if I get a dedicated account, I got to deal with somebody else's trailer. I did that with Snyder. No, when I was at JB Hunt, I deal with that. Now I got my own trailer. I don't have to worry about it empty. I don't have to worry about hunting for trailers. I don't have to do all that bullshit. I've always got a trailer on me. I don't have to worry about maintenance or nothing like that. Because when a tire, I don't have to worry about tires. Okay, so it's just like that eats into your time. When you got your own truck and trailer, you get more time. You get your time back because you don't waste time chasing empties. You don't waste time with tire blowouts sitting on the side of the road waiting for them to repair a tire. It's just a lot of stuff. When you got your own stuff, you just don't deal with no more. Because if I have a tire that blows out, I'm putting a virgin tire on there. The next time I have to deal with that tire is probably 2-3 years from now. I don't have to deal with, like, you pulling somebody else's trailer, they putting cap tires on their trailers. Okay, you pulling somebody else's trailer, they got a hole in the trailer. The trailer dirty or it's always something wrong with these companies' trailers. And they don't care because they got thousands of trailers across the country. They just sitting on shippers and receivers' property. They can't watch all these trailers, man. They can't. JB Hunt, they got 20-30,000 trailers across the country. They can't watch them all. So when I got my own trailer, I'm good. No, I don't need no dedicated account. I don't. Since I've had my own authority with live loads, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I got a lot of control. I don't have to worry about nothing. Fofo, what lanes you recommend with the hurricane messing things up? I wouldn't go past I-95. That's just my opinion. If you got a load, like if you look at the map and you see like from Richmond all the way down to Jacksonville, I wouldn't go past 95. If it's a load going to Myrtle Beach, I wouldn't mess with it. A load going to Goldsboro, North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, New Bern, North Carolina, all them towns like past I-95, I wouldn't mess with them. I wouldn't mess with them because all them places are still flooded. It's gonna be about a month for a lot of them cities to get dried up out there. Skeptical optimist, what do you know about Snyder's jet set offer? I don't know about that. Jet set offer, I don't know about that. DB say, does a live load that has you detained ever affect your next load? How do you adjust for that load? That's a good question. Usually I'm 2-3 steps ahead. So like a lot of that, what you're talking about, I adjust by. That's a good question. So it's just like, okay, you got to screen your loads properly. So, and a lot of it comes from experience. So I run in the South a lot. And so since I've been in trucking for 10 years, a lot of the same freight I've been running since I was a company driver, leased on with my own authority. So when I look at a load on the load board, I'm pulling the same freight when I was a company driver. When I was a company driver, if I see a load going from this city to this city, I already know what that load is. So if I'm talking to a broker, being that I got 10 years experience, that experience from a company driver and me being leased on, I bring that experience to my own truck. So when I see a load going to a certain city and I'm talking to a broker, I already know who that shipper and receiver is, generally. So I got a general idea. I was like, okay, that's probably LaGrange, Georgia. That's a Walmart. Oh, Birmingham. Oh, that's that paper place over there. Oh, Huntsville, Alabama. Oh, I know who that is. Used to pull that freight when I was at JB Hunt. Oh, I used to do this. I used to do that. So when you it's just experience. So when I'm looking at a load board, I'm already weeding out garbage that I don't want to deal with, and I go for the loads that I know. And so when I see the cities, generally those cities have only certain shippers and receivers coming out of them. So it's this freight that I ran before, and I'm pretty familiar on what that customer is doing. So that'll set me up for the next load, because I know, okay, this customer is going to load me in 30 minutes. Then I take the load to the receiver. I know, okay, if I pick that load up there going to there, I know I can get a load out of there, and that receiver takes an hour to unload me. That's going to set me up for the next load. So it's not just simple as just booking loads. Having the experience pulling a lot of freight, it sets you up to deal with freight 3-4 days out. You know what I'm saying? And just having I think I'm gonna go back to running loads with Snyder. Like running loads with Snyder gave me a lot of experience, because with Snyder, you got to hustle. And when you got a $700, $800, $900 truck note, you hustle. So it's just like Snyder set me up and got me ready in the mindset of knowing where the freight at, knowing how to run the truck. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I answered that properly, but that's the gist of, okay, you know, so does a live load that has you detained ever affect my next load? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But it's just a matter of how you book which loads that you choose. So it's not simple. Yeah, they do sometimes, but sometimes it's on you. You know what I mean? So you just got to be careful on which loads that you're booking and which shippers, which brokers. You know, there's some brokers I just don't mess with. There's a handful of brokers. I don't care what they got on the board. I'm not calling on that load because I know I'm gonna have a hard time getting detention from them, or I know that broker's got janky loads. I ain't messing with them. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So, if you had 2 trailers, would you consider dedicated drop and hook account? 2 trailers? It depends because it's all business. It's all business. So if the contract is worth doing that, then I'll do it. So it just depends on the type of freight, where it's going, what it's paying. So if it's worth doing, then I'll do it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go ahead and get these bills. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go ahead and get these bills. I'm at the Sam's Club, and they only got one dock open. Oh boy. Oh yeah, if I had 2 trailers, yeah, it just depends. I mean, I don't think 2 trailers is enough, to tell you the truth. I mean, usually like if usually to get a dedicated account, a shipper is gonna want you to have more than just 2 trailers, to tell you the truth. I don't think that's enough. But if you got a small shipper, if you got a little small shipper and they produce a couple widgets or something like that, and they move 1 load a week or something like that, then that could work because you can leave 1 trailer at that customer, and then you can have 1 trailer in service running for the week. This lady don't know what she doing, man. You got plenty of room. Hold on, y'all. I'm watching this. Y'all company drivers are a trip, man. Like she running all over the curb. Like she got her trailer too far out. Like it's like, man, y'all a trip. Like she come in, right? It's a lady driver. She coming in. She got her trailer way over here trying to back in. Everybody knows when you about to back in, you got to get your equipment close. So, and then swing out and set up for your 90. Don't be way over here and trying to set up for a 90, and then your truck gonna be all in the bushes. Like, she ain't set up right, y'all. It's like y'all a trip. She got a do-over. She got a do-over. You got to pull up and get your truck close to them doors over there. Let me see. Skeptical Optimist say, do you wait until you unload it before you book your next load? It just depends on what's going on with the freight, you know? It depends on what's going on with the freight. Like, sometimes I'll book 3, 4, 5 loads for the whole week. And sometimes I'll book 1 load at a time. It's just, you just get a feel for the freight. You know, you just get a feel for the freight market. You know, so when you go on the board and I start looking, I look for loads for Monday. Okay, I'll pull up Monday, right? And start looking. I'll see 2 or 3 loads that I'm interested in. Okay. And then I'll pull up the cities where those loads are going and see what's going on in those cities. Now, freight loads be popping up all day long. So it's not a true indication of what's going on, but you get an idea of what's going on. So like I'll pull up Monday, right? And I'll look and I see a couple loads. Then I say, okay, wherever those loads are going to, I'll pull up those cities and look and see what's going on. And I'll be like, okay, this area is popping this week. Okay, this area is popping this week. Maybe I need to go in this area. And I'll look at the rates and see what's going on with the loads coming out of certain area if the rates are good. So I'll make up my mind. So if I can match up a couple loads to pick up, deliver, and then the load after that to pick up and deliver, I'll go ahead and book those. And then I'll pull up Tuesday and see what's going on Tuesday. And then I'll pull up Wednesday and see if I see something on Wednesday that'll match up with the load that I'm delivering on Tuesday. Or if I can match up a load that I'm doing on Thursday, and so on and so on. But usually I don't like to book that far out because stuff happens, you know. But like the stuff that I'm talking about, that takes time. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, that you know is you know, because if you don't know the shipper and receivers and you don't know how they do business and you don't know the chances of you being delayed or something like that, you got to know, you got to know how the shippers operate. You got to know how the receivers operate. So, like this load here, First Quality Paper, this place usually takes a long time to load me. So in my mind, I was expecting, okay, I was going to be there for about 3-4 hours. I already knew. But strangely, they unloaded me quick. And I was like, damn. I was kind of disappointed. I wasn't able to get no detention out of it. So, But if they load me early, which, you know, it ain't gonna hurt, but it's just the idea, like, you got to learn these places out here. So that's like, I got a whole bunch of videos. If you go way back when I was at Snyder, I talk about this same stuff. And a lot of this stuff, like with Snyder, the Snyder program is like owner operator on training wheels. You know what I mean? So if you think about getting your own truck and trailer, and your own authority, like Snyder gets you ready for that. So when you come out here and you're looking at the load boards, you kind of got an idea, okay, because Snyder's load board is a closed-in load board, and it's not a true indication on what freight is doing out here, because Snyder's load board is closed. Their freight rates could be low, it could be high. They can have like some kind of fake demand thing going on because it's their internal board. But the open market board, it, you know, it reflects like the true market space of what's going on out here in the freight, because you dealing with directly with shippers and brokers. You know what I mean? You dealing with the direct shipping market. So, I mean, with Snyder, you talking about contract rates, and it's up to Snyder to control them rates, you know? Can't get right express say no go is in the house checking in late in Arkansas. I'm coming through your area. Man, you better get out of here, man. You're taking my freight. Rude Boy Webb say, with the way rates are, what lanes do you think the best based on the last month, 2 months? I would go up in the Northeast. That's what I would do. I would take a look at the Northeast, and I would take a look at the Midwest. That's what I would do. Traditionally, the Midwest, from my experience, I mean, because I would say 75% of my career is spent running east of I-35. And the other 30%, I spent time maybe running a little bit west. I only been out west a few times since I've been driving ever. You see this shit? Look, y'all, look. Look, she all in the bushes. It's a female driver. Now, there's not a knock on female drivers. Just drivers in general. Like, you need experience when you come out here. She all in the bushes, man. All in the bushes. She gonna tell you, she got a brand new Cascadia. She didn't set her truck up right when she came up in here. I mean, this area is a little tight behind this store, but at the same time, there's plenty of room. Like, you got to know how to use your space. And like, she came in here with her trailer way over to the curb. Like, what are you doing? The docks are over there. You got to get your truck and trailer over here, swing out for your 90, then back in. What are you doing? It's like, I mean, that's truck driving school 101, man. Like, what are you doing? Have you ever tried to get a contract with a shipper as a carrier? It seems as though you can get a shipper a better rate than a broker. I've had a couple shippers reach out to me, but you know, the few that I've been able to get contact with, they kind of dropped the ball, you know. I've gotten a couple carrier packets from a few shippers, but me personally, I don't feel like I'm ready to take on the responsibility of a direct shipper just yet. I haven't gone through my audit yet, and some of the requirements of some of these direct shippers, they require a lot. So me personally, I don't feel like I'm ready for it yet. And you know, the rate that a lot of direct shippers be offering, it ain't that much better than I can get on the open freight market. I could probably get maybe if like for example, like pretty much what I'm seeing with a direct shipper, you pretty much you're getting steady work. That's basically what you're getting. That's in cases I've seen, you're taking less money on the rate, but you getting that steady work. You know what I mean? It's freight that you can count on, and they're gonna pay, and you get to know a customer on a regular basis. Um, but then there's some shippers that pay more. So, but me personally, I don't think I'm ready for a direct shipper, not just yet. Um, Maybe next year or something like that. I'm gonna look into it. But just me personally, some guys out there is like, oh, get a direct shipper, but you got to qualify for these direct shipper. For example, with Amazon, I think with Amazon, you need 3-4 trucks to get on with Amazon minimum. And then you got to have certain type of insurance, and you got to have A+ rated insurance, and just a lot of things like that. So, and some of these direct shippers, they check your DOT rating. It's just a lot of things a lot of things you gotta deal with, But I mean, I'm not really worrying about getting a direct shipper. That time will come because I got my authority, and I'm not worrying about that. So the time will come. So I got my authority. I got my truck and trailer. The time will come. I'm not in a hurry. I get there. This is just, I ain't even got through my first year of business yet. So this is just my first year in business, so I see when I get there. Trucker 101. What's going on, man? I watch your videos all the time, man. Help. No, she got it, man. She got it. It's just, she just didn't set her truck up right. Rude Boy Webb say, that's what everyone say. The South is trash right now, and I don't understand why Texas and Georgia used to have great rates. Now, at best, you can get $1.75 to $1.90 on average from. That's crazy. DB say, you got what it takes to eliminate the broker. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten in contact with a few shippers, and but I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I still don't think I'm ready though. So I don't know. I mean, the shippers that I come in contact with, they not even in my area. I was trying to get a contract with Saddle Creek. They got a lot of freight going back and forth from Florida. I would love to get some with Saddle Creek. I was trying to get on with them, but I got Saddle Creek's carrier packet, but I don't quite meet their requirements. So, but we'll get there though. We'll get there. Just time. But yeah, so I got my paperwork back, and they unloaded me pretty quick. He direct ship comments through YouTube. You a trip. You are a trip. But hey, I'm gonna end this video right here, man. I'm trying to go to bed. I need to go to bed. Gotta get this load in the morning. And call it a day. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'll see y'all next time.